Now, many of you are going to be very unhappy with the content and the thesis of this video. You guys want to see me riding the Wired Freedom. But you know what? I did make one scooter video out there, so if somebody could do me a favor, just collectively, if 10 people could watch this video, give me 10 views on this thing within 2 months, I'm going to be one happy camper, and I really appreciate it. So anyway, hey, let's get started. Folks, let me tell you something. It is Sunday morning. It is 5:45. Temperature right now is about 86 degrees. My voice might seem a little deep. I might seem a little foggy, and that's just because, I've only been awake about an hour. I got about 32 ounces of coffee in me, so I don't know what the grogginess is all about, but you know, there are just times when it's weird. You ever have those times where you're tired, you feel like you could sleep, but there's no way in heck you're gonna get to sleep again? Yeah. Well, that's where I'm at. So it's like, hey, let's go out and make a video. You know what's funny about this video, guys, is this is the most expensive video I've made, I believe, on my channel. This video's cost me more money than any other video as far as putting money into videos themselves. And I can tell you, you're looking right at it. Hopefully you can see it. It's that speedometer app. Yeah, I spent a whopping $10 on it, you know, payable in 3 monthly installments. And I did that so that you guys can get a visual as to what my speed's doing. You know, scooter videos, scooter channels, by and large, at least from what I can tell, really just are not that popular. Even your biggest names in the game, are kind of small channels when you look at them comparatively to, like, say, a Peter Santinello or a Dr. Sten Ekberg. I mean, those guys got some massive numbers. But scooter channels, explicit scooter channels, do not do well. But if you don't care about doing well, in that case, you can shoot about anything you want and put it on YouTube. At least that's how I see it. And there's very few seniors out there riding stand-up scooters. Very few, you know. I think by and large, the public perceives stand-up scooters as really just nothing but merely a child's toy, you know, adolescent's toy, something like that. I'm here to tell you they're not. You know, maybe my thinking and maybe the way I view life is maybe from a younger, maybe from a younger perspective, even though I'm not younger. Maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe just how I'm wired, but anything that's got wheels on it, man, I always give a chance. I mean, if it's got wheels and a motor and will propel me along, man, hey, we're going to investigate that and we're going to try it out. I'll be darned. As long as I have a pulse and I can walk, guys, I'll try anything. Anything. And if I like it, heck, I'll buy it, obviously. Not to really date this video, but I had some interesting developments yesterday, didn't we? Yeah, political scenes getting all violent and whatnot. You know, not much information on that, so maybe I should just bite my tongue. But just interesting times, guys. Let's keep our heads together. You know, do our fighting in the ballot box. And do our fighting in the ballot box, and we don't need to go down that road at this point. You know, there may come a time when we need to go down that road, but this isn't it. This isn't it. Anyway, enough on that. I got a lot of traffic out today, huh? Walkers, bikers, old men on scooters. It's heyday. One of the things about this stand-up scooter versus the bike is, you know, it's best to keep this thing on pavement. You know, obviously if you're on a bike, you can just kind of like, whoa, I don't care if sand, mud, blah, blah, blah. Go wherever you want. But these things, you got to make sure you navigate to the hard surface and stay on it. It's a lot safer. You can take this off-road, and I have done that a little bit, but I just don't like it. Just don't like it. Don't like the feeling. Don't like the way it's squirrely. I can see real easy to go down and kiss the dirt if you do that a lot. So that definitely is a much younger man's deal there. Hopefully the sun's not in your eyes, folks. I may just have to edit all this out. Hell, I may have to edit out that part when I talked about the incidents, the shooting yesterday, the attempted assassination. I may just edit all that out, or I might leave it in, who knows. Anyway, we're just riding around here, ASU West, nothing that you know, haven't seen in my previous videos. But I know a couple of you out there like scooters. You know, a couple of you people my age probably look and wonder, wow, look at those young whippersnappers on them scooters. I wonder what they're like. Man, if I was just a younger man. Well, you know what, if you can walk, you can talk, chew gum at the same time. You know, if you can do a couple of squats, if you can, you know, if you can lift 25 pounds with each arm, I can tell you, you could probably ride a scooter. You know, you just got to break out of that mindset and get out there and taste a different flavor of pie, if you get my drift, you know? Try something new. Just take my advice. Don't buy a $400 scooter that does 15, 17 miles an hour. Otherwise, you'll be like me and sitting there wondering if that LiPo battery that you never charge, because you never ride that slow dog, is ever gonna catch on fire in your garage and burn your house down. So if you buy one scooter, buy the right one. Just like with bikes. We can always ride scooters slow, but you can't ride slow scooter fast, you know? And this thing, you know, unlike, get this, check this out, guys. Unlike the Wired Freedom, which is all of 6 months old, this 2-year-old scooter, I charged it up yesterday. Guess what, guys? Guess what? 67.2 volts. I saw it this morning when I charged it. Has it been a while since I did a full charge on this? And when I saw it this morning, I pulled off the charger. I saw 67.2 volts. I was happy and sad at the same time. Happy that this did charge that high. Sad that I realized that my Wired Freedom will not charge that high. Ah, well, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I'm gonna ride north, and that way I can keep the sun out of y'all's eyes here. I'm gonna cross the street. Let me just double check here. Break a few laws, right? Hey. Here we go. This breaking laws. Wrong side of the road. Oh, yeah, baby. Anyway, hopefully you guys can see that speedometer and see how fast we're going. You know, make no mistake, compared to an e-bike or most e-bikes out of the market, these things are fast. Now the speedometer on the scooter says I'm doing 47, but GPS we're at 42, so yeah, kind of a large discrepancy there. I do realize that the GPS has a delay, so even the GPS itself is not quite that accurate when we take into account of time. So, but always good to have. Always good to have more than one scientific measuring instrument if you can, right? Yeah, and again, this scooter, you know, due to its available velocity and rate of acceleration, you are able to hang out with traffic. So, you know, you don't have to worry about skidding up onto the sidewalk and using crosswalks. You can actually just stay in your lane. I don't know if it's legal or not, but I presume it is, at least here in Arizona. Maybe not where you're at. You know, I'll tell you this, guys. If you've never ridden a stand-up scooter, let me tell you about the first time I did. Well, somebody decided they didn't want to wait for the light. So, oh, why didn't you just run the light, dude? You're practically dead. Come on now. Yeah, first time I rode a stand-up scooter, I kid you not, it was like when I first rode a bicycle for the first time, or the first time I ever rode like a Honda ATC back in the 70s. It was such a new and different feeling. You know, and at my age, heck, I've been on a lot of stuff, guys. I've been on a lot of neat stuff. I've been pretty lucky in that regard. I didn't think I'd ever have that feeling again. You know, I thought those days were long, long gone. And then when I got on this scooter, man, I was just like, I felt like a kid again, because it was so new, it was so different, it was so powerful that really brought a lot of that new momentous joy that we seem to miss as we get older, you know, as after we've experienced so much in life. You know, you wonder, what else is part of the show here, man? Like I said, I was very surprised to realize that after getting on the scooter, I had not seen everything or experienced everything. I hope it happens 1 or 2 more times in my life. I don't know if it will, but you know, we're always searching. But yeah, it's so different to be standing up versus sitting down, you know, as you're motoring down the road, you know? Now, back in the day, I did ride skateboard for a little while. I was no good at it, but I still did it. Had a lot of fun doing it. I preferred BMX bikes, but having ridden a skateboard, it seemed like that's how I started riding this. You know, the same kind of stance I'd use. Heck, I don't know where we're going, guys. I'm just riding. Let's see if one of these guys pulls left in front of me. What do you think? It's on camera if we do. Oh, thank you for not killing me. But yeah, it's just a real neat feeling. I mean, but you are vulnerable. I mean, let's face it, if something happens, you are just gonna fly off this thing, and who knows when and where you're gonna stop. I guess the first moment your body smacks into something, and I mean, it's a kind of an injury or a kind of an accident, I guess I should say, that at my age, I could spend the last few remaining days just recovering, just to simply die. So, you know, you gotta weigh these things, you know? Anyway, there's really no point to this ride, guys. I think I'm just gonna label it Sunday morning ride. Not gonna be a very long video. I think with some of the events that are happening in the world right now, not a lot of people out there watching YouTube videos, unless they're dealing with the events of the day, which, you know, we all know about. But for those of you who want to escape all that rigmarole, all that rhetoric, well, thanks for watching. And what we'll do is let's just continue. Let's go over the park. Let's go up this way a little bit. Yeah, water. Water is definitely a definite enemy here. We want nothing to do with water on the tires. Oh. Now, I'll tell you, one of the downfalls of riding a scooter is, oh, geez, look at that. What the hell? Oh, man. All right, one of the downfalls of riding a scooter is tires. I mean, you get flat tires a lot. At least I do. I've got more flat tires on this scooter than anything I've ever owned in my life. roughly, you know, in 2 years, I think I've changed 4 tubes. Yeah, I mean tubes, not tires themselves, tubes. I've changed tubes 4 times in 2 years. To me, that's a lot. So that's one thing to consider if you want to jump into this foray. And you've heard me bitch and complain about changing tubes on a scooter. No fun, no picnic, no good times. Oh, they're cheap though. You can get 2 for 20 bucks if that brightens your mood. It's just one of those things where you do it a couple times, you get the hang of it. Know you can do it, but just know you're going to be kind of pissy as you're doing it. That's all. You just accept that fate of hell, and you'll be all right. It's a manageable thing. But that is one drawback to riding a scooter. And obviously, some of the benefits of riding a scooter, well, you're witnessing right now. Make sure you draw when you draw these lines on these trails, man, you got to aim for that dark patch. Don't get into that. Don't get into these rocks and debris. You got to keep these tires planted. Terra firma, guys. Concrete, asphalt, you name it. It's one of the two. You know, I probably should check and see how this camera angle's looking, because there's a good chance I want to check it and see that this whole video sucks because it's been aimed down a little too far. So I'll go ahead and check it. If it did suck, I doubt I'll reshoot anything, because, you know, I'll just take the wind out of my sails. Bear with me. All right, guys, there we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Just want to make sure I'm capturing things, because normally when I'm filming, when I'm sitting on the bike, I have the camera, you know, just arced back as far as it'll go to get the view, which works. But this one, again, I wanted to see if I can at least get the handlebars and the speedometer so you guys can kind of watch that. And it looks okay. Looks like it's doable. I can jump a little bit on these things. I don't do a whole lot, so I'm afraid I'll break the board in half, being you know, a solid 225-ish. That's the last thing I need, man. Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to go down this way. You know, some of you that watch this video, and hopefully, like I said, one of the 10 of you actually ride a scooter, and ride a fast one. You know, let me know. I mean, do you use it for commuting? Do you use it for just like pleasure cruises like I mostly do? You know, what kind do you have? I mean, are you running like a Dualtron Storm, you know, things like that? I know there's some real neat one from, I think it's Mini Motors is the company. I'll be honest with you guys, I have not kept up with the scooter industry. And, you know, it's kind of a good thing, because if I don't keep up with an industry, it means I'm pretty satisfied with the product that I have. So I don't really know what's out there these days. But I'd be interested to hear what you guys ride, and, you know, what you ride it for. Now, I actually have used this scooter to go to the grocery store, believe it or not. I'll just take a backpack with me. And, you know, obviously I'm not going to get like 6 months worth of groceries. I'm not going to boogie this thing up to Costco. But, you know, I'll run up there and get a few things, you know. What's cool is that with this one, it's got the, you know, it's got the, what is it? Oh, I forgot what you call those things, where it's got the card, and it's a frequency card. Oh, I forgot the name of it. Pardon me. Hey, it's morning. Cut me some slack. It's got the frequency card, so you can shut it off. And if somebody steals it, that's fine. But they're gonna have to. They're gonna probably have to spend $1,200 to get it going, and it's probably not worth it. But let's cruise over here. But yeah, I'll use it for little things like that. Of course, I use the e-bike for the same thing. Well, you know, when you're retired, you got a bunch of cars. Unfortunately, you gotta sometimes find a reason to go drive them too, just to keep the batteries fresh and keep the engine, you know, keep the gaskets and seals, you know, properly hydrated. So you don't want any problems there. So you do have to drive your cars once in a while. But you know, I would tell you, this stage of my life, you know, I could probably envision myself, especially here in Arizona, where we don't get that much rain, but I could envision myself living without a car, you know. You know, sometimes I have this thought of just selling everything, you know. Maybe keep one car. First lady needs a car. She's not gonna do this shit right here, okay? She needs a car, so keep one car, sell everything else. You know, it'd probably save me $300-400 in insurance alone a month, you know. Not to mention gasoline and upkeep, but you know, like I said, it's just kind of a fleeting fantasy. But yeah, getting back to scooters for a minute, I tell you, I don't really see a lot of people in my neighborhood riding them. And when I do, they certainly are not, you know, the 40-mile-an-hour variety. You know, they're kind of the ones that, like you said, you see for kids, you know, 15-20 miles an hour with the wind to your back, kind of a scooter. I just don't see people on these. Don't see any Dualtron Storms. Don't see any. What are some of the other? I can't even think of the other brands, guys. That's how out of it I am as far as these things. The one company from Canada. Oh, Apollo. Yeah, Apollo. That was the other one. I remember when I looked at scooters, I thought Apollos were a little overpriced for what you got. Not sure if it's still that way, but that's just an opinion I have. All right, don't mean it's fact. Just an opinion I had. But, you know, I haven't said it yet, but I am riding a VSETT 10 Plus. I probably should have told you that, earlier in the video. But, you know, maybe I'll just make sure it's in the title. That way people wonder what it's like to ride a VSETT 10 after, you know, after over 2 years of ownership. In the hot Arizona desert. Still charges. Now, listen to me, wired. The VSETT 10 with the Samsung batteries, guess what? Still charges to 67.2 volts. Wired. I'm looking your way. By the way, I maintain what I said in that other video. That wired freedom gets to where it only charges to 65 volts. It gets driven up or ridden up to Goodwill and dropped off. I'm gonna go try something else. And I'm not. This battery thing has me second guessing whether I will get another wired. Oh, we're going to get a fast bike. My next bike is going to be fast, if not faster. But I'm just not sure it's going to be a wired because of this battery thing. So, but you know, if I think about it, I kind of start getting a little pissy about it. You know, I don't want to play that bullshit charade game where I got to beg and prove my case to get a new battery. And you know that's how it's going to be. It's going to be pushback. And even though I'm not wealthy, I've got enough money to where I can just say, fuck it. Pardon my language. And just let the bike go and go, just lesson learned, try another brand. You know, but this time, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do my research. Like if I pick, you know, brand B, brand C, I'm gonna be doing some YouTubing, brand C, brand B battery longevity. You know, we're gonna do some research on that. I know some of you people that ride wired bikes might be watching this, and right now you're getting pissed. He's like, hey, wait. You mean Ruger's not a wired fanboy? What the hell? Unsubscribe. That's okay. It's all right. I understand, guys. Hey, I still like the bike, don't get me wrong, but just this whole battery thing just annoys me, especially when this VSETT 10 is just performing so remarkably well in that category, you know? And I'm sure some of you can empathize with that, kind of see where I'm coming from. Now, I could just go buy another battery for the wire, but it's 800 bucks, I believe, last time I looked. They used to be 500, I think, and now they're 800. And like I said, 800 bucks, boom, guys, I am almost halfway to another bike. I'm halfway to, well, let's just say it. I'm halfway to an E-Cells. Give them a shot. Will I? I don't know. Oh, jeez, I hope this thing doesn't have stickers. Yep, it's got stickers. Damn it. Of course. I'm gonna sue the city. Lucky I'm not a secondary gain sue boy, like so many people in the country of great United States are, always looking for that payout. You know, where's my riches? Where's my due? I'm just not like that. Hell, I find it a pain in the ass just to go consult an attorney. What? I gotta go to his office and tell him, what the hell? I don't feel like dealing with that. But Ruger, you'll get a lot of money if you go see the attorney and get a lawsuit going. But yeah, but I gotta go to their office and I gotta dress up and I gotta sit. No, sorry. I'm not hurt that bad, I'll deal with it. Yeah, you'll never get rich being an individualist. At least not like me. Well, you know, if you're one of those people that sue somebody at every drop of the hat, boy, you're probably living pretty large right now. I can imagine what your house looks like. I mean, you're still miserable probably, but hey, you got a lot of neat things surrounding you, right? See, airborne? Oh yeah, just a little, guys, just a little. Not a whole lot. You know, we're riding around on some senior elderly knees here, and I can feel my one knee already kind of stiffening up. I probably should get off and walk around a little bit. Whatever. Pardon the dead air, I'm just riding, man. We're just riding, all right? Hang in there with me. Fast forward this if you don't like dead air. We're gonna run a little dead air for a while. Coming left. Thanks, bud. Yeah, when you pass people on this thing, always kind of be very courteous to them, because you never know when you're going to pass them, and you know, a quarter mile up the way, you're lying face down. You don't want them to ride past you and say, "Serves you right, Dirk." You don't want to be aggressive, but very nice as you're aggressively passing. You know what I'm saying? I do not feel as safe physically on this as I do a bike, I'm going to be honest with you, but a lot of that's because of my riding style. You know, if I would just tone it down a little bit, you know, maybe put it in a, you know, a lower setting, yeah, it'd be cool. It'd be cool. And sometimes I do ride it that way, but I don't know, there's just always this thing in my mind that says more, floor it, faster. You know? It's that, you know, it's that 12-year-old that still resides in my mind and seems to be, you know, kind of at the controls sometimes, you know. Well, anyway, guys, there's no point to this video, just like most of my videos. So it's just a Sunday morning ride. That's how we're going to title it. Nothing special, nothing to see here. You're watching The Last Resort, and I think we'll do this again. Probably be back on the Wired. Who knows? I've got a few ideas I may do, or I may not do. You just never know with me.